Hi Guy, as some of you know, recently I picked up an Amiga 1200 to replace an Amiga 600, and because I've got an Amiga hard drive, I've been using Retro Sofa's video guides to do the install. But as well as that, whilst I was looking into it and waiting for the Amiga to arrive, I went to an English Amiga Board forum just to have a general nosy around, just to find out, you know, what I could do with the Amiga once it had arrived. And of course, using Retro Sofa's guide and just what was coming with the system that I knew about was WorkBench 3.1, which you can see on the screen there. Now, following Retro Sofa's guide to a certain point, you could actually install this onto like the compact flash hard drive that I put into the system. I'm not getting into the details of that now, but if I'd have followed his guide right to the end, this was the sort of setup I would have got. Except, as you can see, you've got a workbench icon now, which I'm pointing at the arrow with, but that would have looked like this, like games, WHD load, blah blah blah, but it would have been quite boring, with just a few basic drawers inside, like the startup, utilities and tools and so on. But thanks to the likes of Bloodwitch and FitSteve and so on and so on, there's loads of guys on the English Amiga Board forum, they had to walk me through how to put on something called Classic Workbench. Now I'm going to show that off in a second, which I'll just restart the machine for. Now, in order to get into Workbench 3.1, which is quite plain, boring and grey, I used the discs that came with the Amiga 1200. But because I could download a copy of this Classic Workbench from the net, I'll just reset the machine. You'll see some of the differences. Black screen because, like I said, I've just reset. I'm going into the Classic Workbench. Come on. You can't see this, but the 1200 is just loading at the moment. It takes a few seconds to get up and in. Now I'm hoping one of the first differences you'll see when it loads. There you go, can you see that straight away? You've got a colour background. One of the things you can do is you can mess with the background and the boot settings and so on. It's a lot quicker than it is compared to the standard Workbench. I don't know if you can see it from there. But one thing you can do, that you can do on the standard Workbench, if you right click, you get a very, very fancy boot menu with a load of programs installed as standard. Like, you get none of this on 3.1. Like I say, programs there, it's just like going into the programs folder and running stuff. Utilities, music programs installed, Workbench games, you get none of that on 3.1. Just as an example, kick one off there, rather snazzy game of Tetris. Again, something you don't get on 3.1. Snapshot, what you used to do on 3.1 is you'd have to, like I say, go to an icon. You'd right click and you go to the top of the screen there, and you get all your options and so on. But they've made it like Windows basically. But some of the really cool things that I did notice, you see, some of these you get some very, very handy applications. Why am I going? Run WHD load, iGame, which is what I use for all the hard drive installed stuff. So rather than going into the WHD load bits here, you can actually go into the that right click menu there, and when it loads, come on, takes a few seconds, and we're in. Basically, all the WHD load games, when you ask the program to scan everything, like scan repositories, you get to scan all the WHD load drives, and it loads every single game. So I can just go straight into that, or I can set the menu, get the system on boot by holding down a load button to select a game from the menu and boot straight into it and save myself some memory. But yeah, this is all stuff that's not really possible with Workbench 3.1 without a hell of a lot of fiddling. But Classic Workbench, as I've put into the description, a link to the site, does it all for you, and it's very, very nifty, and I'm quite impressed with it. Much better than standard Workbench 3.1. I think you can also use it on the older Amigas if you use like the Lite Edition. I think that works for an Amiga 600. Or failing that, if you've only got a standard 2 meg Amiga 1200 and like a plug-in CF card hard drive with the PCMCIA slot, you can use that as well. Right, well anyway, that was only a quick look. Sorry to be probably quite boring there. I just wanted to give it a quick show off. But it's like, see that there, the run icon. You get everything listed there. Very nifty with all little menus and stuff. But yeah, I was most impressed with it, and I'm sure you will be too. Oh, look, clear RAM icon. No messing about with the shell instructions, which you usually have to go into there and type it in to clear the memory. I think it's the flush util. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not getting to that. But anyway, guys, I hope I've intrigued you enough to go to the websites. They're all in the description, so go and have a nosy. I said big thank you to all the guys on the English Amiga Board, because I mean I wouldn't be at this stage if it wasn't for these lot helping me out to put it on. And again, a big thank you to Retro Sofa, because he gave me the idea with his install videos anyway. So thanks for watching, and look forward to another video soon.